So far, we knocked through the dining and living room to create an open plan space. We picked the design options for our kitchen, and just before we installed it, we laid down our new flooring. It's been a couple of weeks, but we've managed to get the main shell of the kitchen in, and now it's time for finishing touches and our worktops. Morning! Guess what today is? It's worktop fitting day! Yeah! So excited. They're meant to come in the next hour. Late last night we ended up putting the sink in. We had to cut this part out, cut a notch for the tap. Rob's put all of the noggins in, or buttons, so that the worktop can sit all the way to the edge of the room and without like falling. Managed to get that panel on. Have done it wrong, but it's okay, it will be fine. I need to do this panel. And then our fridge came yesterday and we actually put it on last night for the first time. This morning it's lovely and cool. We've got last night's Chinese in there. There's so much room, I actually can't even cope. But the fact that this is all freezer space. For us in our last fridge, our freezer space was about this much, this high. After the worktops get put in, my theory is that they're going to probably weight down on the cabinets a little bit. So I've held off adjusting the drawers and putting any brass fittings on. So these are the knobs that I'm going to go with. I was trying to decide if I wanted to go with handles, knobs, what kind of handles. But do you know what? We went into B&Q the other day to pick up some paint and I saw these and I thought, these are really nice. And I was looking on Pinterest for some inspiration and I thought, I don't actually really want to do handles. So I'm actually just going to do knobs, even across all of the doors, everything. These were a pack of 6 for 14, either 12 or 14 from B&Q. I think we only had to pick up 4 packs in the end. So what's that like? 4, 4, 16, 56, if that's the correct maths. Thought we were going to be spending like 100, 200 on handles. And that is how the panel is looking on the end of the cabinet. Underneath is flush, the top is flush. So now just to do the pelmets and the coving. Doing it a fun little DIY, I thought I'd show you. These are some of the IKEA shelves that you can get. But you essentially get these shelves, turn them upside down and you can make a spice rack. And we're basically breaking off this little bit here so that it can sit lower. Oh no, we're breaking off this tall bit here so it can sit lower. And then Rob's just cutting it to fit into our drawer widthways. And we've got 3 of them, I think we're doing.
Yeah.
So he's just going to cut that up now. Right, so then the second part is to snap the tall bit off. The last one snapped so much more easy. There we go. Nice. So that's one little shelf. This is the cupboard that's going to be the spice cupboard. Essentially, see how it's a little L shape there? That's just going to create a little bit of height. And that one in. So now we've got all of these little shelves to put spices on. So I'll probably put like my everyday spices that you reach for and cook with like pretty much all the time. And then everything else that lives in bags and stuff, I'll get a basket and put it in the larder cabinet. So you guys, that is the kitchen reveal. We are so happy with it. I honestly could not be more happy, grateful, thankful for this kitchen. We have a working fridge, oven, sink, and it has been so nice to have such a beautiful open space now. Honestly, something that we didn't think that we would ever have. The way that we initially planned to knock through the rooms and stuff, like this wasn't on the cards, but speaking to our designer Nat from Smile Kitchens, she made so many things happen, like the Peninsula Island. Never thought that would be an option here. And even when she did the design, I was like, that feels really big. I feel like I'm not gonna have a walkway through the side of the kitchen. This walkway is huge. Like, we're so happy with how it all turned out. So once again as well, just so that you know, I do have a discount code for Smile Kitchens. It is my Instagram handle, which is _home_of_Sade. I'll put it on the screen and in the description box. I'll put a link directly to their website, but you can get a free design consultation, highly recommend, and £100 off your kitchen if you do want to buy with them as well. So savings all around. Let's do a quick rundown. So the cabinets that we went for were the oak carcasses. And then we have got the Jensen cupboards in pearl. Now you can get them colour matched if you want to. So if you've got like a favourite colour across paint brands, you can try and get it colour matched. It's like a shaker style as well, but kind of like with a modern twist. The worktops are the Carrera Quartz Sparkle. Love them. I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, oh, is the sparkle going to be a little bit glitz and glam and kind of bring it down a notch? But I think the sparkle's beautiful. It's so like random and it's so sparse that like you just catch a little glimpse of it every so often, and it's like it brightens the whole worktop up as well. Cabinet door handles, B&Q. It was like £12 for 6 or something like that. So such a bargain. They're so nice as well, and I like the fact that I went with just pulls on everything. So even on the drawers we've done double pulls, and then on the doors we've done single pulls. Oven, Facebook Marketplace find. Still so chuffed with this one. So this is a Belling 100cm wide cooker. I think it's their farmhouse style, so they do still sell this. This was only bought a few years ago from the previous owners. Works perfect condition. We've got 7 gas rings as well, and one of them is a wok ring, so really big flames. It's going to be perfect for like Christmas season when you're knocking up so many pots and pans. We've got all of the oven space as well. We did end up going for a new cooker hood and splashback. Really affordable, really good. This is a recirculating one as well, but you can get it pumped outside. And then for the backsplash, I got this from, I want to say Amazon, but I actually went directly to the brand's website. You can get it made custom for whatever size you want. It came so quickly, it came in like 2 days as well. So that was brilliant. All of our sockets are brass plated ones. You can get them from B&Q. It's that brand GB. So we've got some normal cabinetry here. This is our drinks cupboards. We've got glasses, mugs. We've got a few things like Ovaltines, hot chocolates and stuff in there. This cupboard over here is our kind of snack cupboard. So we've got things like crisps, chocolates, a few miscellaneous things that don't fit in other cupboards, and then all of my baking supplies at the top. Then we've got loads of counter space as well, and then we've got some drawers. Now drawers, let me tell you, drawers, if you're doing a kitchen design, get drawers. You can fit so much more in drawer space than you can in cupboards. So cutlery drawers. And actually we got an insert that came with that one as well, so we just put our cutlery straight in there. We've got plates and all of our pots and pans. The Pro Cook pots and pans are the best, by the way. And then we've also got some frying pans, and we've got all of our bigger pots as well, so like cast iron things that usually take up so much space, but in here it's not a problem. Also got a little wine cabinet as well, so we don't drink a lot of wine, but we've popped in some like sparkling drinks so that it looks full and it's still a bit fun. Overhead cabinet, this is so handy, also helps to bridge over the fridge freezer and connects the whole lot together. I was going to consider just having a fridge just lumped on the end of the kitchen. That would have felt really unfinished, and I'm really glad that Nat suggested that we do this instead. And then my favourite part, guys, I'm so out of breath, but my favourite part has to be this larder pantry. Oh, so much storage. So this is what it looks like. This is just a 30cm one, I think, but look how much you fit in there, because it goes all the way to the back. And I actually popped in some more shelves, so when you get yours, it'll only have, I think I added an extra 2 or 3 more shelves because I was like, you know what, I'm going to use a lot of tins, so I'm going to put some extra ones in. I just drilled some holes through, and then I can just stuck all the tins much more, so there's no wasted space. But yeah, we've got like our baking supplies, Rob's, protein shakes, and just overflow of things like cereals at the top. But I just love this one, and it just finishes off the end of this whole section really, really nicely. Okay, has to be one of my favourite things in this whole kitchen. This is so snazzy. These are our bins. Don't want to show you in them right now because they're pretty gross, but they're huge. I think they're 70-litre bins. So we've got 2 of them, 1, 2, and this is in a 60-centimetre door. Amazing space. Like, we don't have to empty the bin so much. It feels really clean still. It's really easy to be able to like pull them out and go and empty them. And it even has a little bit of storage at the top, so you can put your bin liners and stuff in there. But that's one of my favourite drawers ever. This is my second favourite drawer. This one has got a Lazy Susan in. Oh, there's my wire. I was looking for that. This Lazy Susan fits all of our big bulky appliances in that you never really want to like lift out of a cupboard and stuff like that. So we've got my Shark 3-in-1 blender, we've got like my salad spinner, my chopper, then we've got our dishwasher under here. So that's a nice built-in feature. Same dishwasher that we had, it was only 2 years old and I love it. It's the Hotpoint 3D dishwasher, such a good dishwasher. And then this is the under sink storage. We have got a lot going on underneath this sink, so we don't have that much storage underneath here. I'll show you, but because we've got a filtered water tap, I had to do a lot of plumbing down there, so there's not loads of room for sprays and stuff, but actually I think it's a good thing because it means I only keep out what I really need. Then we've got a normal corner cabinet, so that actually reaches all the way to the back end of this wall, and again I've just put some stuff tucked away in there that, you know, you never really reach for a lot, but then on this side I have got bits that I do reach for more often. We've got some more drawers here. Oh, my baby, I love this so much. So this is my little IKEA hack with some of the shelving units, but such a nice way to put all of our spices out. And it looks so nice actually, even with them in their original pots. I know people often take them out and decant them, but if I'm looking for a little job to do in the future, I might do that. But I actually quite like how it looks now. Then I've got my storage containers. Anything bacon wise lives in here. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's our kitchen makeover. We're so, so happy. I'm about to style it all now, so you can catch that over on Instagram as well. I might put the finished product at the end of this video, but if I haven't, go and check out Instagram and TikTok. But we're so happy with it, so grateful, so happy, especially with this little one coming close now. We definitely needed this done, and I was getting at my ends with of having takeaways and microwave meals all the time. So being able to cook homemade food, bake cakes and loaves, oh, it's just been amazing. And yeah, can't wait for these cozy seasons to just enjoy our kitchen space much more. And then I'll show you the other end of the room so that you know what's coming next. We also are going to be doing a bit of a dining room makeover, plus the end of the room is going to have a lounge area. So you can see where the current dining table is. It's got all my stuff for styling on there, so just ignore that for now. That's going to get changed in the coming weeks, just to something a bit smaller and that works better with the space. And then at the end of the room, we're going to have a sofa and a TV area so that it's a bit more of an open plan lounging area. It means when I'm cooking, Rob's cooking and we've got friends over, it's still really sociable and it feels really nice, instead of like the rooms were really sectioned off before, so if we were hosting and I was cooking people food, I could hear everyone laughing in the living room and I was on my own. So at least now I can be part of the jokes, which is fun. But yeah, buzzing. If you've got any questions, leave them down below. Hopefully I've talked through everything. And round off, we'll do it again. We'll do a little renovation again. I feel like I know what I'm doing. I feel like we'd be able to plan things better. Would 100% go with Smile Kitchens again, and would recommend them to anyone who's doing a kitchen renovation or just wants a new kitchen. And would also recommend installing it yourself if you're a bit savvy, but you can just get it fitted by kitchen fitters. But we wanted to save a bit more money, so fitting it ourselves. It took couple of weeks, a week really for the main install, and then a couple of weeks just for like finishing touches. And there's still a few more finishing touches to go, but we're definitely basically there. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one. I have no clue what that video is going to be or what it's going to look like. I've filmed so much over the weeks. It might be the living room makeover, potentially. But yeah, I'll surprise you. Bye.